Hey shorties, this is Shorty Gaming and welcome to another LP Pick of the Week. And today's LP Pick of the Week is Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water. I have not done Simon and Garfunkel yet, and I feel like they deserve this week's pick. So, alright, this album, Bridge Over Troubled Water, was God damn, I'm waiting for coffee to kick in. Released January 1970. And this was the fifth and last studio album that this folk duo made. Yes, folk. They did folk, rock, pop. They did a mix. Their music is very mixed, but it's good. So, it was released, as you've seen, on Columbia Records. That's the American version, at least. Why it was their last was they were going through, I guess, some problems. While Art Garfunkel, which is the one on top here, if you're not familiar with Simon and Garfunkel, that's Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon. And while Art Garfunkel was actually part of the movie Catch-22, Paul Simon was also writing his own music. And at that time, Paul Simon was getting into a lot of foreign music, so his solo albums were pretty good, actually. I like both of them. Both their music together and even solo are amazing together. I really like their music in general. Their songs Bridge Over Troubled Water and Boxer made 500 Greatest Songs of All Time by Rolling Stone magazine, Rolling Stone's magazine, which is a pretty good feat for them in general. And on top of that, not even just that hitting their ego or reputation, that's what I was looking for. The album itself sold top charts over 10 countries. And it also sold 25 million copies altogether in general. And furthermore, the album also made number 51 on 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. This album, when it came out, was the greatest that they did, and not only the greatest that they did, it made history. And that's why I chose this album, because if you ever want to be introduced to Simon and Garfunkel, usually people go, I'll start with their early albums, this and this, for general artists and musicians. No, I recommend if you don't know who Paul Simon or Art Garfunkel is, this album will dictate whether you like them or not. This album is my favorite album that they did. It wasn't the first album I got, but this album, after I got it and played it, it is one of my favorite albums that they did. On a scale of 1 to 10, from 1 being shitty and 10 being fantastic, not many albums hit 10, but this one hits 10. This album has a lot of not only sentimental values to me, but the songs in general fit a lot of almost my history in my life. I mean, the song Boxer talks about the poor boy that just came from a town and I'm not saying I'm a poor boy. I am not poor. I can not poor, but I've had a rough past. And this album kind of helps not only bring it out, but it just helps bring out general problems in human world. And I think that's why this album made number 51 in the greatest albums, and both Bridge Over Troubled Water and Boxer made greatest songs of all time. So I gotta give this album a lot of credit, and I do. I love this album. There's really not much more to say about it. I mean, it was also for the 40th anniversary, there was another edition released, and then a lot of songs from the album were put into movies. But other than that, I mean, the album was just fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's one of those that, like I said, you're either going to like it or just you're not going to like it. And if you don't know who Paul, Simon and Garfunkel is, I highly recommend this album. So to go to your local record store shop or eBay or whatever, that's where I shop from. I got this from I actually got this when I bought this from my local record store, Praise Groove Merchants. Anyway, for $7, I remember the price, $7, and my grandfather went, grab it, and I did. So it's good. I recommend it. So thank you much for watching. Please subscribe to the comments and like. I don't know how long this video was. There was a lot of facts about the album, but really not too many facts at the same time. So hopefully this video was pretty entertaining to you guys. So again, subscribe, leave comments, and a like. I'm still waiting for coffee to kick in. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.